Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Yinzer Brothers podcast. I'm TJ, and I'm here with my brother Tim, and we are the Yinzer Bros. And I am proud and excited to tell you we are coming live at you right fresh off the heels of a Steelers victory. What a great game by our beloved Steelers. They're the big winners against the heavily, you heard me, the heavily favored nasty Buffalo Bills. They win 23-16. It wasn't pretty, but Tim, it was a great win. Tim, how are you feeling about the game today?
I am feeling spectacular.
Tim, nobody really predicted us to win. Did you see everybody? I don't know one person nationally that predicted us to win.
Nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills.
That's true. It was a heck of a game. I thought we had our ups and our downs, but I'll tell you what, the Steelers defense, they are for real. Ooh, he's even got a smiley face cookie. Oh my gosh. It's a victory cookie, Tim.
It is. It's a victory cookie. I'm very happy right now.
And for those of you that are listening to the podcast, you can't see it. Tim has broken out the Franco's Italian Army hard hat from the 70s. It's a beautiful piece of memorabilia, and there still must be a lot of mojo on that. What a great victory for us. I don't know about you, but I think today the sky was a little bluer, the air was a little sweeter. That's just what seems to happen after a victory, a Steelers victory.
Cookies are a little bit tastier.
Yes, they are. So we're here to break down the game for you today. Let's start with the Steelers offense. Let's start with the Steelers defense, actually. They seemed to come up big when they needed it against a very explosive Bills offense. Second ranked, if I remember from last year. What are your initial thoughts about the defense, Tim?
Oh, defense was out of its mind today. I mean, good God. I mean, if that defense shows up every week, I got a feeling.
Super Bowl's out?
No, the defense was spectacular. I mean, all being said, I mean, they played out of their mind, man. I mean, if that's what we're gonna get for even 13 games this season, you know what I mean? They're gonna be. That's a good defense, man. That's a good defense.
Is. Well, let's break it down section by section. What did you think of the secondary? I mean, that was one of the biggest question marks, right?
They played great, man. I mean, it's kind of hard to judge a secondary when Josh Allen seemed like he had 0.3 seconds to throw the ball. I mean, it's tough. True. You know, I did like the kid, which I wasn't expecting to play early. That the rookie kid, is it Norwood?
Norwood. He played a heck of a game.
I thought he was good. Cam Sutton, the dude is like a ball magnet, man. Just some about him. Joe Hayden played well. They all played well, man. I think what's his name? 14. Their good receiver off the top of my head.
Ty Diggs.
Diggs. I mean, he had 9 receptions, but he only 60 yards. He didn't kill them. Yeah. They played awesome. Their secondary played great.
Yeah, even that James Pierre, he looked good. I mean, all their secondary look good. And I got to say this, I got to give props where props is due.
No.
Mika looked amazing, but you know what? I got to say, 34, he stuck his head in it. He stuck his nose in there.
Yeah, but he missed a couple tackles here and there too, which he drives me banana land, man. But it is what it is.
I'll tell you what, Mika, I think he got better. Is that possible?
I think I don't know, man. It's just like if this Norwood dude can play like he can play, I think it's gonna free up Minka to do a lot more stuff. So yeah. I don't know. I mean, the way that they did that is, I mean, they seemed like they were interchangeable. Like you saw Sutton inside sometimes, saw him on the outside, you saw Pierre. So they had more interchangeable pieces, it looked like, in that secondary.
Yeah, they did. So what do you think of the linebackers? Let's just keep moving all the way to the front.
Dude, Bush impressed me. He was running sideline to sideline, man. He looked like that wasn't the Bush that I've seen like in preseason.
Yeah. He looked like he was flowing pretty well.
Schobert still seemed like I think he was. It seems like sometimes he was out of position here and there. I don't know, but they seem good too. I mean, they were good. They were good.
Yeah. And let's look at the front. I mean, you know what you're going to get out of Cam Hayward. He's still a stalwart. Alu was great. And again, paid the man, TJ Watt. Holy cow.
Dude, their rotation of Watt, Ingram, and Highsmith. Dude, Ingram's a grown. That dude's a grown man, dude.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
TJ,
He's
like
a stud.
TJ. I mean, I did like Bud, but dude, this dude he's better than Bud Dupree.
Oh, he is.
And
he's stout. He's just bigger. He's stout.
TJ, he's a grown man. Like he's a grown man. Like when you see grown men out there, there's a couple people you've seen like grown man out there. Like TJ Watt he's awesome, but like when you look at him, you're like, okay, this dude he has that Mouse Garrett like build. He looks like a grown man. And the scary part is, I mean, they could have called holding every play. That's all they did was hold them all game. And to me, which is even more frightening, is, I mean, you're going to get Tuitt back. You're going to get some other pieces back on that defense. I mean, good God. Good luck. Have fun. Have fun. Yeah. Have fun. If I was a quarterback going against that, ooh, bad news. Heebie-jeebies, man.
I mean, the Bills were the second-ranked offense in the NFL last year. The second ranked.
TJ, I understand that, which I was like, Josh Allen is very good. It wasn't like he was running for his life all game, but he was actually, he's very. That defense was just they just don't stop.
Yeah,
they just don't stop, man. So they were very impressive.
Yeah, they were. They kept the Steelers in it until the offense could kind of get their poop together. But they did good. So let's flop to the other side of the ball. Let's talk about the offense. What did you think of the Steelers' offensive performance today?
Oh, dude, they're dumpster fire, TJ. Their line is the left tackle. That's more.
Yeah, that's more
bad. TJ, he was bad. He was bad, and TJ, it sucks because, I mean, Ben looks like. Ben, every time he gets knocked down and he's trying to get up, he looks like like nowadays where they try to get you up out of surgery like 2 hours after you have it.
Yeah,
that's what it looks like him getting off the ground. I'm like, dude, this guy, it takes him 3 hours to get off the ground. Like that, it's almost like they need to like bring a machine up just to pick him up to put him standing back up. I'm going. I mean, the line was. I mean, it showed flashes, but they were. I thought they were getting dominated. I mean, they got dominated too, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Bills' defense. I mean, they're not like a top 5 defense, but they're no joke. I mean, I agree. I think they got better as it went on. That offensive line in the second half did decent. They protected him decent. Ben is still Ben. He's shifty in that pocket. Golly.
But to a point, it seemed like a lot of the chunk yard plays were 3-4 step yard. 3 or 4 drops, just throw it up, and either hopefully they come down with it, or hopefully we get an INT. That's what it seemed like to me. It seemed like they got lucky a little bit. They had a big pass interference call a couple times. Claypool made a catch out of his mind. I mean, you're doing that. The offense. I'm sorry. It reminded me a lot of last year still, which scares the hell out of me. You just can't. I don't know.
Hopefully they'll figure it out. I mean, the offense usually takes a little bit longer to gel than the defense. I think you're right. You look at the offensive line. I think we've got some growth opportunities there. What did you think of Big Ben's performance?
I mean, he was good. He was fine. I mean, TJ, this victory cookie tastes so much better watching the Browns just implode. It just does.
I know. It does. Isn't it great?
That was great. It was great. Just great. I mean, Ben played serviceable. I mean, he made throws when he had to make throws. He wasn't great. He wasn't bad.
These are his stats. He was 18 for 32. So he wasn't at 40, which is good. He was at the top end of what you said. You said 32 and 28. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He was 177 yards, 1 TD, 2 sacks, averaged about 6 yards a pass. Passer rating 83.9. I mean, nothing great, but that's not awful. You're not, could be better. He was serviceable. I think what was kind of neat is, they won and he didn't have to necessarily put the team on his back. He made the plays that he had to make. Let's talk about the receivers real quick. Which of the receivers stood out to you?
They were all pretty good, man. Deontay Johnson. I still, I don't care what anybody says. I think he's their best receiver. Just me personally.
He is.
Claypool made some great plays. That penalty on him was banana land. That taunting penalty when he actually got punched in the face by the dude, which couldn't believe it. You could tell when Ben needs it, they need a third down conversion. Juju's a guy.
Juju, he's the man. He catches everything.
Did
you see him truck that guy down the sideline too?
Oh,
when he got that full
nice
head of steam? That's just beautiful, man. Makes Hines proud.
I was stunned they didn't use. I thought they would. Did you notice that Firemouth was actually starting?
Yeah, I did.
There was a couple times I saw him just peek open wide open over the middle, and I'm stunned like Ben didn't go there. But Paddle Hands made a catch. I don't know what the hell more you want.
He did. He made a great catch, and Firemouth had a great catch too when he needed it.
I expect Firemouth to make the catch. Paddle Hands. I thought they got a new player out of the crowd. I was like, who's this guy?
That's right. I mean, they were really hard. I don't remember any soul crushing drops. There were a few times where there were some miscommunications between Ben and Deontay and stuff like that. So I don't know. I think they'll clean that up. I think for a first start getting out there, they did pretty well. So I mean, obviously, all eyes are on Najee Harris. What do you think, old Najee? How do you think he did?
Me and you kind of went back and forth with this. Like you said, he was kind of stuttering here, and I'm like, TJ, come on, plays. Like the center and the guard, they were in his face mask. There's nothing you could do. I mean, there's nowhere you can go. So some of that was that. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he wasn't getting any type of holes at all. When he got a hole, he hit it. I mean, it wasn't great. Wasn't, I wish it would have been more, but I just don't think that line was giving him anything that you could. There wasn't any glaring things that I saw him. I'm like, dude, he missed that hole. Like you kind of see from Connor last year. You see from like, dude, they're just missing holes. I don't think he really missed the holes. They just weren't there.
Yeah, no. You could tell too in the second half specifically, he ran with a better lean. I think you and I both talked about this. Early on, I forget whatever his name was, cheap shotted him right in the head. Nobody called anything about it. You could tell it affected him a little bit. He looked like he was a little gun shy, his first stuff, but eventually that last run he had, that like 10-yard run, whatever that was, that's the lean. And that's the aggression you want to see him run with. I think once he figures that out, he'll be better. Again, him and Ben kind of misconnected on a few catches too. I'm of the opinion, if you can get your hand on that ball, you grab it, you just catch it, you get it. So hopefully he'll do better with that. But I think all in all, I think it's a good performance for him to start. You know what I mean? He got him rolling. You can't fault him on any of that stuff. He's going to be a good running back.
I was stunned that they didn't have another running back on the field at all game. Yeah. He was it. Yeah. I was kind of stunned about that. I thought like they would spell him here and there. Yeah. Nothing. But that just tells you what type of trash bags they have behind him, man.
It does. And I think they have a lot of faith in him, which is good. I think he'll get better. They play the Raiders this next week. I think they got a better deal against the Raiders. I'm anxious to see how this offensive line continues to gel. And then let's talk about the secret agents, man. Special teams, came up big for the Steelers. It didn't look like it was going to start that way. They get that thing that almost comes to the house, but the defense holds for a field goal. And then, this is nuts. Presley Harvin for his debut there, he had a couple, he had one Barry-like kick, and I was getting a little suspect, but these were his stats. Not bad. He had 5 punts, 41.4 yards average, 2 within the 20. That's not bad for your first debut as a punter in the NFL, right?
TJ, if that defense was as stout as it was, that 130-yard punt, we would be going bananas on bananas. It's just a kick right in the groin because you see, I'm sitting there and I'm watching the ticker or watching someone on Twitter. Sees on Twitter that Barry, his first punt was like 65 yards. I'm going, where the hell was that forever? I just couldn't believe it. I go,
don't worry.
Crapping to me, dude.
He's got a 20. He's got a 23 yarder getting him. Don't worry.
Like all I keep picturing is like somehow, some way before Barry left, like he had this bottle that had he's like secret juice, and somehow like he switched it with our punters guys right before he left, and like he was drinking it, and he's like Harbin's like, oh, this is not my juice. This is the crap juice. Very secret sucky juice. That's what I call it.
That's right. He did good. He was a good holder too for Boz. It was great. And then, how about that block punt on special teams, taking it to the house? That's the game changer.
Oh, I felt terrible, dude. They blocked that punt. I jumped up off the couch. My child looked at me like I was a demon. She started crying. She wouldn't come near me. I go, "It's okay. Daddy's happy. Daddy's happy." So, yeah,
You know, it was beautiful. You know what it reminded me of? Remember we play those Patriot games, and it always seemed like they'd pull one or two things out in special teams.
I try to, like, you know how Thanos does the snap and everything goes. That's what I kind of do about those Patriots. I just kind of go like this. It just blits them out of my mind.
I tell you what, special teams was big for us today, man. I think we take that and it helps us get the victory over a very, very, very good Bills team.
The Bills are going to be there when it's said and done. You know, I mean, they're going to be. Josh Allen's he's real. He's for real, man. He's for real. They're going to get him killed. I will say that, dude. You can't. That's tough to pay a quarterback $250 million and you're running him on draws.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I get it, and I get he can do that, but dude, man, you're messing with fate to just running that dude in draws all the time, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a good push out of the gate. A W is a W. Mm-hmm. Hopefully, the Steelers' body of work will continue.
A W is a W. I mean, that's a huge W. You look at. I don't think anybody had that marked on the calendar that they were going to win that game.
No, nobody did. You're right. So it's good. It's good to be the underdog. I'm anxious to see what we look like in the power ratings and rankings.
Don't worry. Again, what's going to happen is they win a game like that, and they'll come back and they'll lose to Jacksonville by. They'll put up 400 yards, and Jackson will put up 20, and they'll somehow lose to them.
Oh, that drives me.
There will be a Tomlin game. There always is a Tomlin game.
That'd be nice. Maybe this year we'll skip the Tomlin game.
TJ, there has been one for 15 years. There's always going to be a Tomlin. It's like Thanksgiving. It's always going to happen. It's going to come around. The Tomlin game.
That's funny.
This thing has changed since last year. It is ripping my skin to shreds.
But you're gonna have to suck it up because it's part of the heritage.
I will.
I mean, we have to, Tim. We've got to come to terms with this. We are part of the success of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I know. Did you see? Spillane got hurt in the warm-ups.
Are you serious?
Hurt his shin. That tells me they were like, "Get the hell off the field because you stink."
He hurt his shin.
Somebody hurt. That's what they died of. A hurt shin. Who hurts a shin, TJ?
I don't even know how to hurt my shin. I don't. That's the only part of my body that I don't feel pain with.
Exactly. I've hurt every part of my body. My shins. I got quality shins. I've never heard of that.
Your shins are pretty solid, Tim. Pretty solid. Hey, let's open the Yinzer mailbag. You may ask, what is the Yinzer mailbag? It's when you, the fans, get to ask us anything, the Yinzer brothers, any question. Anything you want to ask, you can email us at yinzerbros@gmail.com. If you're lucky enough, maybe one of your emails will be read on our show. Tim, I think you have the Yinzer mailbag. Reed, what's in the Yinzer mailbag today?
Oh, I didn't pull it up. Give me 1 second here, buddy.
Sorry about that. Come on, Tim.
This monkey's got me. He's got me. He's happy.
We're a quality organization. You're making us look like a carnival. This is not a carnival. We don't breeze into town and set up things that aren't good quality. No, and we're good quality stuff.
That's what makes our podcast great. We are lack of quality.
That's true.
All right, Yinzer podcast. Who was the best D lineman other than Mr. Cam Hayward, in your opinion, for this game?
Well, there weren't many to choose from. I mean, probably Alu, right? Did anybody else jump out the page? I didn't see Loudermilk out there at all. Was he out there at all for anything?
No, because he's not good at football.
I did see Wormley and I saw Bugs. Actually, they called Bugs' name one time and Wormley. I think they each had one tackle, maybe.
No, Hayward was a demon, man. I mean, he was. I didn't notice anybody, and that's fine.
But we need Tuitt back. We get Tuitt back. That's scary.
It got me a little nervous that they were running the ball late on them a little bit. That got me a little crazy nervous, but we'll be all right.
Yeah, okay. But what else you got?
What do you think of Devin Bush? How do you think he looked?
I think you said it perfectly. I think he looked fast. He looked strong. He looked fierce. He looked as fast, if not faster, than he was last year. I think maybe he's a little bit more confident. He's got the playbook down. He looked good to me. How did he look to you?
I thought he looked good, man. He didn't look like a 5'8" midget with no speed. He looked great.
And him and Schobert, I think you're right. I think Schobert was out of position a few times.
Yeah.
I think as they figure that out, I think that they'll be the best inside linebacker combo in the league.
It's tough, man, because I keep thinking like Schobert and Watt both wear that sleeve And I kept thinking, like, dude, what is Watt lining up in the middle for? Like, what's going on here?
Because he's got that 90 number. He's like, what is he, 93 or something? Is that what Schobert is?
96.
96. Yeah, that's
I don't know.
This number thing's gonna mess with me. I wish they wouldn't have changed all that.
That Melvin Ingram being 8 is just that makes him look even more ferocious.
It does. That's a big 8.
It's like putting a boogeyman in the closet. You're like, number 8's there.
He does look fierce.
He's a massive. He looks like a real life predator. Real life predator.
He does. Now, did you hear?
I mean, that's him. Melvin Ingram, but just
Now, is he okay? Did you hear? I know he went out. I don't know if he cut his head.
No, man. That type of dude seems like you could hit him with a baseball bat in the face and it'll be fine.
I think you're right. It looked like when I saw on the sideline, the guys were going like, "Ooh, I think he got cut." I think that's what it was.
That's not going to phase that dude, man. That dude, he's probably got 13 inches of titanium underneath his face. He's fine.
He's basically a Terminator. What else we got in the mailbag?
Where do you think we still need free agent help at?
Offensive line.
TJ, I'm taking all that $12 million they got in cap space and going and signing somebody.
Yeah,
there's nobody out there. I mean, the Castro. How's your ankle feeling? Let's come sign him back up. Get him back out there.
That's right. You know, there might be there may be somebody they could trade for. You know, that's going to be out of the end of their summer.
Who are you going to trade for?
They're not going to find. I mean, finding left tackles.
Banner not being healthy, dude.
I know.
It's killing him.
At some point, they got to figure out what they're going to do with him. He's got to be on the field. But I could see they're not going to find a left tackle. I mean, finding left tackles now are almost impossible. But
no,
I mean, and we'll get to see what Villanueva does tomorrow night.
I don't think their guards are a problem.
No,
I think it's. I mean, well, then again, the new guard they saw, the Trey Turner, I saw him getting blown up a lot too.
Yeah, man. And Green, like you said, he's like feast or famine. I saw him a few times; he looked phenomenal, and other times, I'm like, what's this guy doing? Maybe they just need time to gel. I don't know. I think if they can get a chance to get a.
I did say this. I think that line is going to get better as the season goes on. So I mean, I'm worried about it now. I'm happy they can kind of get through and get that stuff, but I think they'll get better as the season goes on.
I agree. If they can pick up a free agent lineman, that'd be great. I don't know. I mean, I can't think of any other hole. I mean, at this point, I wouldn't even think about getting a D-back. Those guys look great today against a powerful offense.
When you guys got again, when they only have to cover for 2 seconds,
yeah,
your defensive backfield is going to look great. And I think that's the thing that I think is not like kind of clicking is like Josh Allen's probably going to be one of the 3 best quarterbacks you may face all year.
He is.
I watched Baker Mayfield today go against the Chiefs defense stinks.
Yeah, they're not very good.
If he's got to pass the ball against the Steelers like 30 times, we're going to beat the hell out of Cleveland. I'm just telling you what it is. If they can run the ball on us, they'll have a shot. If Baker Mayfield has they'll kill him. They will kill him because they will be in his face the whole entire time.
Oh, that sounds beautiful to me. That's great.
The big one I want to see Patrick Mahomes and go. It's going to be interesting when they go against the Chiefs if they see it means anything later in the season. It'd be kind of weird seeing that defense going against him, man.
Their quality, if they can stay healthy, I think they're good. Anything else in the mailbag?
We got. What do you think of Matt Canada's first offensive debut as a play caller?
Well, you're right. The line is suspect, but I got to say this: I kind of liked it. Was a little bit of what they had last year, but a little bit better. They had some better power sets that I liked. That one little reversing that they ran to Claypool, I thought was pretty unique. I think he got about 10, 12 yards out of it. Well, I don't know. I'd probably give him, I think, out of the gate, from a play calling standpoint, I'd probably give him a B, maybe a C+ or a B.
Was it just me, or did you feel like there's a lot of run check options like there was last year, and Ben wasn't handing the ball off?
Yeah, I think you're right. Right.
I mean, am I going crazy when I said, because I saw a lot of
there were a lot of RPOs. Yeah, and he was doing some stuff. And again, it wasn't that he was bad on stuff. I just think they were out of sync. Yeah. And I think too, maybe some of it was Najee. Maybe he was realizing, hey, Najee got better. Fourth quarter, Najee was good. He seemed like he was solid. He seemed like he settled down, and he started running with a lean. He was doing a lot of dancing and stuff like that. He looked like he was a little wide-eyed. His blocking got better too. Second half blocking was better. Yeah. He had a couple times he just got mowed, and I don't think he was ready to get elbows to the head and stuff. He did a few things that you can do them in college, but you can't do them in the pros. Yeah. He danced a little bit and was kind of, I'll just score it over here. Well, here's the reality in the pros. You got guys. Everybody on that backside defense is running a a 4.5 to a 5.0. So you don't have these big pasty white kids from Wisconsin.
Wait. Who's running no, not everybody's running a 4.0 to 4.
Well, no, I'm talking about most of those linebackers. I mean, how many linebackers do you know that are running above a 5.0?
Robert K. Spillane.
Yeah, you're probably right. He is. He probably is. You're right. I'd give him a solid C plus, maybe a B.
Whatever. I still think Ben's calling the offensive play, so I'm gonna give him a C.
Okay, C. So we got anything else in the Yinzer mailbag?
How would I rate Mike Tomlin's coaching tonight?
You know what? If you look at all three phases,
He got an A. He
did.
And for me to say that, whatever. He did well.
If he's the defensive guy behind Butler, really,
Dude,
gosh, his defense was phenomenal.
I don't think Butler knows what stadium he's in half the time. Do you? I mean, really?
Thank God at least Canada can speak. We had Fiechner and we had Butler, and those two guys, put a mic in front of them, they're awful.
Have you ever seen The Water Boy?
Yes.
The one coach where he's like, that's when Butler, like every time I see Butler, that's what I picture. And all the players look at him like,
what's he talking about? I agree. They're tough to understand. No, I'm with you. I think I give him you know what? I'll tell you what. I mean, nobody gave them a chance. He had them ready to play. They played for the most part penalty free. Yeah. I think you're right. I think the Bills held our outside guys every stinking play.
It was insane. I was like, dude, how are you not calling these penalties?
Oh, it was awful.
Even Jocko could see it. He was like holding.
It was bad. Even like that last one where it was like, on Claypool, or not on Claypool, but the guys covering Claypool, and it could have been holding or pass interference. Clearly pass interference. They called a 5-yard holding penalty. I don't understand that. It's bizarre to me. So I think I'm going to give him an A too. I think he did great. I think he had the guys prepared. We didn't have a lot of penalties on us.
Another thing, I'm going to say it. Because I'm so sick of everybody saying the Buffalo's got the greatest fans. Blah, 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 that fans. All I remember, the vision I saw with about a minute 45 in that game was a mass exodus leaving the stadium of the Buffalo fans. So guess what? Shut up. Just go jump through a table.
You're right. I don't even know what that means, but you're right, Tim. You're right.
That's what they do. No. They jump through tables.
Oh, do they really? Oh, geez. Yeah, what happened to the Bills Mafia? What's all that about?
You know what happened? They were all leaving about a minute 45 out the stadium.
That's awesome.
Beat the traffic.
That's right. That's right. They got to, because there's so many things you got to do in Buffalo. Is there traffic in Buffalo? What's going on in Buffalo?
I've never been up there, so I have no idea. I mean, I've been into Niagara Falls, and that stinks. But
once you get past Buffalo Wings, what is there?
I don't know. I don't want to badmouth Buffalo too much because I don't. Oh, some crazies up there, but they did leave the game early, which I thought was very. Don't put them in the upper echelons of fans when you're leaving.
That's true.
When you're leaving with 2 minutes to go in the game. I mean, I say it was a mass exodus. It was like, whoa, I was stunned. CBS showed it. I was like, this is insane.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Anything else in the Yinzer mailbag, or is that it?
No.
All right. Well, we had our score predictions. Tim, do you remember what your score prediction was?
Actually, Steelers going to lose by 10, I think. 10 or 15, I don't know.
I believe you did. I believe you did. Do you remember my score prediction?
I'm beginning to think you're some type of wizard.
Now, I didn't nail it perfectly. I predicted they'd win 27-14, and we actually won 23-16. So it was a little tighter
I'm beginning
than
to
what
think
we
you're
like.
some crazy wizard. You said something about TJ Watt being your player of the game.
That's true. And he was a stud. TJ Watt had, I don't know how many, like a billion tackles. I thought he had 3 sacks, but they only credited him for 2. They gave that other one to Cam. So
he had 2.
I thought he'd had 2.5. I thought they would give him halfsies between him and Cam.
That dude, you just back up the Briggs truck right to his house and just unload all the monies.
Worth every penny. He was a disruptor, worth every penny. I mean, he did phenomenal.
If he wants it, I would even Venmo him like $10. I mean, he was insane.
Can you imagine how scary he would be coming from the blind side? I mean, you see him coming. Now, I tell you what, though, Ingram, he held that line. And Highsmith, he did pretty well, too, for a bad groin. I didn't even think he was going to play. The way that they downgraded him.
TJ, Ingram is like, when he sets the edge, I mean, that dude, TJ, you could drive an 18 Mack Wheeler, and that dude is still Adam, and he's still setting the
edge. He is. He is definitely an upgrade from Bud Dupree.
I love Bud, but like Bud, when you saw him in the field, like that's a big dude. Like Bud is big. Melvin Ingram and they're probably around the same size. He just looks bigger. He looks
thick. He's very thick.
He looks country strong. You know, country strong. That's what he looks. He looks country strong.
Yeah, I think you're right. So we I think it's a good win.
Cam Sutton, I know I picked him. He played well too, though, man. I mean, he may have had probably. I mean, besides TJ, that play he had, which I don't know what the hell Buffalo was doing on that 4th and 1.
It was nuts. He read that like, oh, that was beautiful.
But TJ, you coach, like, would you even do that in high school?
No, never.
That was a bananas. You got a guy that's 6'5". I'd rather just take my chances as taking a sneak than doing what they did.
I agree.
Crazy to me. And Cam Sutton was very good. He was very good too.
You know, Cam Hayward had a good game too, boy. He holds that middle down. You could see if you watched it. I mean, that side was pretty stout. The other side was a little weak, but yeah, they did well. No, I think you're right. So hey, we're 1-0, which is great. Next up for the Steelers is the Raiders at home. But let's enjoy the win. Let's see what happens. The Raiders are playing tonight, I think, aren't they?
No, they got tomorrow. They got the Ravens tomorrow.
Oh, you're right. The Raiders and the Ravens. What do you think the Ravens are going to be like tomorrow?
I don't know. God knows. Like again, they got guys like me running the ball, Lev Bell, and all those guys. So I don't know what they're going to be like, dude. I have no idea. I don't know. I mean, they're missing their best corner. I have no idea. I have no clue.
This should be. Well, I mean, the Raiders aren't like incredibly terrifying on offense. I mean, they're
the Raiders stink, TJ. So I don't know what's going to happen, and that's what scares the hell out of me because I can see the Steelers just getting that being the Tomlin game. That's coming on this high and coming down, and the Raiders just beating the tar out of us for no apparent reason.
I think for now we enjoyed the victory. We celebrate. It was a great day. Again, the Steelers, our Steelers, beat the hated Bills 26-6 or 23-16. It was great. I'm going to sleep well tonight. We're going to trash talk tomorrow. Hey, it'll be even better for you if Chicago loses tonight. Are they winning or are they losing right now?
TJ, they're a dumpster fire.
That's great. See, for me, Philly won.
Last time I looked, it was 10 or 13 nothing, and I think I don't know. All I saw was a picture of Andy Dalton coming off the bus, and I thought in my head, I go, that's what I think a real life leprechaun would look like. Looking at that picture, and when I saw that, I go, they're going to lose by 1,000,000 points.
By 1,000,000. Well, it was a good victory for us tonight. Tim, do you have anything to add to the podcast tonight?
No, man.
This is the best way we could do this, with a win. I was thinking, how are we going to muster up the strength if we happen to lose this game? But we don't have to worry about that, Tim. You're wearing the hat. We won.
I was thinking all types of costumes I was going to have to put on. I don't know. I was going to get dressed up maybe as a big wing. I had no idea.
That would be awesome.
I had no idea what I was going to do, but I'm kind of happy I didn't have to because now I can just sit back, relax, ate a victory cookie.
Yes, you can.
Good to go, man.
I wonder if we could get like Eaton Park to sponsor us.
TJ, I got 2 boxes of smiley face cookies that are sitting in my house. I thought I'd get 2 boxes just for every win. We'll see what happens.
So are they in the freezer? You pull them out when you
need them? No, they're individually wrapped, and they've been there for a while. They're still fresh as a daisy. They're delicious.
They're still fresh as a daisy. Oh, well, let's hope that you eat a lot of them, Tim.
I mean, I do. I hope so. I mean, you'll notice as the season goes on if
the monkey looks smaller and Tim gets bigger, that'd be great.
Man. The monkey looks at me one time, is like, you need to cool it on the cookies.
That's great. Well, I'm TJ. I'm here with my brother Tim, and we're the Yinzer Bros. Don't forget, if you like what you hear, pass it along our podcast, whether you're watching it or whether you're listening to it. Pass along with all your friends, your family, your neighbors, your enemies, whoever it is. Again, we're the Yinzer Bros.
And we still #1 out here, right?
Stay classy, Pittsburgh. Look for our podcast dropping later this week for the Raiders preview. Have a good one, guys.